Hello there, bright and shiny faces of the YouTubeverse. Some stuff happened. It's been a rough day. Had to rehome someone very special to me. As I said, I had to fix up some situations, do some things. I do have a video coming out here soon about bunnies and stuff for Easter and whatnot. That'll be the next day or two. For today, we're gonna go over this fish tank thing again because it's a new thing and a lot of stuff's happening with it, and a lot of y'all want to know how to start fish tanks, what to do, how to cycle them, and this, that, and the other. So, some pointers. I will say it takes patience. I look at what these plants look like. Some of them look like garbage. They do not look good. But let me go ahead and bring you all a bit closer. As you can see, you have a lot of sprouts coming in where a lot of the plants are kind of just, the older leaves, bigger leaves are just kind of fading away. Not older plants, but older leaves of things, you know. And some of these were transferred, like I said, from different tanks. There's some sludge and stuff here on this moss bridge, but I do like how it's recovering, so I'm not going to have to replace it like I thought. The one here that was about the cichlid tank, that guy is actually starting to bounce back a bit more, so we're going to hold on to it. Either way, it's a coconut husk that is a favorite hiding spot for a lot of the animals in here. I'm just going to leave it, even if the moss falls away. It's just a good hide, either way. And the pad back here, that one's getting the most bounce back. It is just recovering. Some of the moss is just bouncing through the sludge. My little script squad is what I call them, is doing a great job fixing things up. New additions, I did add a little bit of some grass into here. Hopefully, if things go well, it will overtake all the tank and just kind of spread across. I did put a little tuft here and there, so yeah, you know, little bits. You know, the way it was in the bag, it was broken up. It didn't look great. It was 35% off because it looked terrible. Every time I take a plant in, it's a percent off because most people say it can't work. That's why a lot of these plants look the way they do. I don't buy them at full price because, I mean, I could, especially with the discounts at the store I work at, but why? Why go ahead and do that when you can give a chance to that which people overlook? And this right here, this is Anubias. So with Anubias, this thing, this leafy green thing, buy this. Right there. Let me see if I can get my finger in the shot. Yes, right there. Oh gosh, that's sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, that thing. The thing that is around, sort of blocking the wood some, that's an Anubias. You do not plant those. Keep them out the substrate. You will rot out its roots if you put it inside substrate. So these things you would anchor or tie or use adhesive that is just aquarium safe. Specifically for if you have stuff like I do with shrimps and snails, they eat everything. They will get their little claws or mouths on everything. You want to protect that. You want to make sure that anything you get is aquatic safe for all species. Speaking of which, hello, wait, thank you for making everything blurry for a second there, friend. You're a ghost scrimp, but hey, I say scrimp as a joke. I do say shrimp normally. I don't, scrimp is just funny. It's funnier to say scrimp squad than shrimp squad, just like Squirtle squad. You know, that's where that comes from. Speaking of, oh my goodness, you gotta slow down on your eats. I feed everybody here. What is with you? I will say Nugget does have a little wound on her side. From the 20-gallon, I think she tried wedging herself between something and got caught real bad and hurt herself. It is recovering. I've used aquarium salts. I haven't gone to any of the fin and body cure because I haven't felt like I needed to for her. She's recovering. Nothing seems to be infected. No white fuzz or anything, spots, or any of that. And I do love her for this tank because she looks after all the fish. Especially when Orochi gets mean with old Walt right here. I mean, look at him. Walt, you need to slow down too. Y'all are just picking up too much extra food. When I'm watching these guys, it's funny because Nugget and Walt, these two follow around. He's up here, but that's Blinken. Blinken's got the one eye. He's the one who's been here the longest. He grew up with all these other fish and stuff. He was already more established when these little guys were introduced as small as, that little one up there and smaller. These two guppies as the new additions from, saving from the sump systems, because sometimes they get through that grading. I love our sump system. It's amazing. But poor little critters, man. They get stuck back there. But back to the lower bits of things. The shrimp are doing great. The plants are recovering. Mostly the ghost shrimp are pretty much of what you're going to see in here because I have more of them than anything. They've been here in the house for 2 years. I've been building colonies, switching it from tank to tank, and I've been doing slow switches with these guys. They can hide very well. And in the back there by the sponge filter, you see one of the little guys. Other than that guppy, you see that this one is here. With the guppies, you got, motion sickness, peoples. And here we go. So it's funny because the two little guppies, they swim together. They're both female guppies. You can tell female from male with guppies better than most other fish because females have somewhat of the translucent sort of torso. And they're always going to have those very bright, vibrant tummies. And their fins, the bottom fin, not the one closest to the tail fins, that fin is what I'm trying to say, is going to be shorter and rounded, whereas with a male, it's going to be longer and pointy. And if you ever have a male guppy, those are just going to be so stinking bright. I mean, it's just going to whack you in the face with the brightness. Now, I don't know what breed of guppies they are, because again, they were found in the sump system. I will say we call them the AKA fancy, which is normally a mixed breed. They were probably born in store or during shipment, kind of a deal. Up there's one of my Neocarandinas. That looks like a cherry. And right there is coming up a rilly on the log there. These little guys are more, again, recent from the rescuing of the sump systems, this, that, the other. I just had to do this video, man. I need to do something. I had to rehome my second ever leopard gecko. She has a great home, but I had so many tanks. She was in a 40-gallon. I could not keep her. And I had to choose which leopard gecko to keep. And I do have the very first one, the one who's been here at the beginning. She is the one who started all of this. So I had to let her stay.